Angela, I called your university to ask for them to withdraw your acceptance to the school. After you graduate from high school, you are tasked with finding a job. You asked them to do what? Why did you let me go to great lengths to pass the exam only for you to take it away from me in the end? You said you would let me go to college if I passed the exam for Princeton. I didn't think you'd be able to pass the exam. That's why I suggested a high-level place like Princeton, so that way you'd lose interest in trying for college. I honestly have no intention of letting you go to college. So I had them withdraw your acceptance. You liar! Why would you let me go through all of this if you had no intention of letting me go in the first place? Who's going to support the finances of this family? Just when I thought that I could finally relax a bit since you'd be helping out, you selfishly decided to apply to college. Are you trying to run away from me? You are an important asset to supporting the family. This is a household of a single mother since your father passed away from a car accident. I can't pay for your tuition on my own when I could barely even make enough to support us through these years. That's why I've been working part-time as much as I can while going to school. I chose to live my entire high school life making sure not to cost us as much money as possible. I'm going to borrow a scholarship at university or just go through student loans. I'm not trying to burden you. Shut up! Why are you so insistent on going? All you're gonna do there is drink and play around. I won't allow you to have fun. If I have to suffer, then so do you. I didn't even want to work in the first place, which is why I got married to your father, who ran a small company. And yet, next thing I know, I've gone from being a full-time housewife to living a poor life working to support me and my 2 daughters. I don't want to work anymore. I've been working hard on my own all my life as a single mother. It's time for me to live freely. So, regardless of whether it's fair or not, you don't have time to go to college. After graduating from high school, start working right away and support your sister and me. What? That isn't fair. Katie is still a junior high school student. She still needs a lot of money for her tuition. I want to let her go to my favorite high school and college, and for that to happen, you have to do your best. You'll be paying for all her school tuition. What? Hold on. Katie is allowed to go to any high school and university of her choice, but I was told that I could only go to a public high school, and even though I passed the exam for Princeton, university was canceled. That's because Katie is cute. Unlike you, she's special. Worth putting in the effort and money. Well, your money, at least. Unlike me? What are you trying to say? You look just like your father, so much it's rather annoying. When he was alive, I loved him because of the money he had, but now it's all gone. I hate your father who died and left me, and I hate the daughter who looks like him as well. That's why you hated me? I knew that you treated only me like this, but I never thought that was the reason. That's completely unreasonable. I can't help that I was born with his likeness. Compared to you, Katie looked just like me when I was her age. She's such an angel. A cute child like her should be able to marry a rich man and live happily. So, for that to happen, she needs a chance to get to meet and know these rich people, which is where you come in. She needs to go to the best high school and the best college, which you will be paying for. I have to pay for all that? I want to go to college too. I want a successful life too. But now I have to let go of those dreams and put up with working so that my little sister can have a better life, all because you don't want to work? Katie is your cute little sister, right? A big sister should try their hardest to support their younger sister. So with that being said, stop talking and hurry up and find a job. Stop moping over your false hope. College isn't something you deserve to go to. It wasn't false for me. You told me that you won't accept any less than Princeton, so I tried my hardest to get in. I studied for ages for this moment, only for you to completely disregard it? This is all way too cruel. The cruel one is you. You don't care about your parents' feelings at all. Normally, people don't tell their parents that they're going to pursue college. They tell their parents that they would like to work to help them out. And yet here you are being ungrateful and not wanting to return the favor of me taking care of you. Go look for a job, you ungrateful child. Hey sis, did you see the picture? That high-brand bag looks amazing, doesn't it? I bought it using the bonus I got during the summer. Of course I saw it. It's amazing that you could afford to buy such expensive items. That's because, unlike you, I'm a highly educated college graduate. Are you jealous? A high school graduate like you wouldn't be able to afford something like this, right? Why would you say something like that to me? High school graduates barely get paid to survive, right? I heard from Mom, but apparently you only make an average of $30K a year? You've been working since you graduated high school, and yet you can only make that much money? I pity people with low educational backgrounds. Any effort you put in won't help if you don't at least graduate from college like I did. You've really got some nerve to say those kinds of things to me, Katie. Why don't you just hurry up and find someone to marry? A high school graduate barely making ends meet and completely single? I would rather die than be known as that. If you don't hurry up and marry someone while you're still young, then nobody is going to want you at all. Thanks for your concern, but I'm about to get married to the person I was dating soon. So no need to worry about my future. What did you say? I said that I'm getting married soon. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity to move out of the house as well. You graduated college and are now working to a point where you can look after yourself, plus Mom still works part-time. So even if I'm not here, you guys can somehow manage to live on your own, right? I didn't know that you had a boyfriend, sis, but I bet he's as much of a low-level human as you are. I mean, who else would want to get married to someone who only graduated high school? Not really. Unlike me, he managed to go into college and graduate. We were classmates in high school and were supposed to go to the same college, but I was the only one who wasn't able to go to college, so we became estranged. Luckily for me, we managed to meet again as adults and then started dating again. Went to the same university as you were supposed to. Does that mean he graduated from Princeton? Yeah, he and I were the only ones who got accepted. I wanted to enjoy my college life with him. What does he do now? If he graduated from somewhere like that, then he must be working for a nice company, like a foreign-affiliated financial company. He's just an ordinary doctor. His parents own a hospital, and he's eventually going to be the owner of that hospital as well. Is he that successful? Why would a person like that get married to a high school graduate like you? It's unfair for a high school graduate to get something this good. Educational background doesn't matter in marriage. And it shouldn't matter who I decide to marry. Anyway, I'll be moving out soon and won't be visiting the house very much after I get married, so please take care of Mom. Angela, give up on your marriage with your fiancé and give him to your sister instead. He is way too out of your league and you don't deserve him. He is better matched off with your sister. Mom, what kind of joke are you trying to pull here? I'm being serious. I'm sure your fiancé would like to marry a more attractive girl. Your sister is pretty and has a better educational background than you do. She's perfect for him. You should want your sister to be happy. You don't want me to be happy? I gave up on going to college to pay for her tuition fee, and next you want me to give up on my fiancé? Why would I have to go through all this just because I'm the older sibling? Shut up! A daughter should listen to what her mother says. I won't let you forget how I raised you. I also don't like how you plan to move out the moment you are set to get married. You need to keep working to take care of me. I've just quit my part-time job, but if you leave, then that was all for nothing. What do you mean you quit your job? Your sister finally graduated college and is now working. Until now, we've managed to do well with my part-time job and you working full-time, but I think it's about time that I get to be free. I figured that now was the perfect time to quit and live my life in peace. I'm thinking of living off of your salary, but you've decided to get married. You'll continue to work for your family. That's the eldest daughter's role. I won't let you off that easily. What do you think of me? I'm used to you treating me like trash because you think that Katie is prettier, but now you want to take away my happiness? I only really think of you as an ATM. I gave birth to you, and now you have to live your life working for my happiness. Oh, but if your fiancé marries your sister, then I guess we wouldn't need you anymore. Rather, you would just be a hindrance, so if you could leave the house, that'd be great. Treating me like an ATM and telling me to leave when you're done with me, it's too much. Shut up! You mean absolutely nothing to me. Introduce your fiancé to your little sister and don't show up in front of me again. Fine. Understood. You're no longer needed here. Now then, we need to get Katie to get married to him soon. I wonder how much money I could request out of him. You didn't let me finish. I will only comply with the part where you told me to no longer show my face to you ever again. I won't be handing my fiancé over to Katie. Why should I? What did you say to me? I'm done with you. I won't be showing my face to you ever again. Once I get married to him, I will be cutting all ties with you guys. Don't interfere with my life ever again. What's wrong with you? You have some nerve yelling like that. You are going to go against your mother's orders. Hand him over to her. You guys aren't a good match. A low-income person like you who gets married to a doctor would only end up getting divorced.
You might be right. Angela is such a hard-working person unlike me. One day she might get tired of me and just want to end things.
Huh? Who are you?
Nice to meet you, Angela's mother. I'm the man she's going to marry, Harry.
You're the doctor she's going to marry?
Sorry that this is how we first encounter each other. Angela mentioned that there's no reason for us to ever meet.
Oh my, sorry for my rude daughter. Compared to her little sister Katie is a very hard-working girl. She should be a good match for someone of your class, Harry. She's cute, went to college, and above all, young. If you ever meet her, I'm sure you'd be interested in her. Forget about Angela and meet with her instead.
I've met her before. My friends and I were so appalled by her rude behavior.
What are you talking about? She's so cute, and I'm proud of her.
I was forced to participate in a speed dating event, and I did tell Angela about this. I had Katie as my partner. She was certainly cute and young. She was very popular with the male members in the early stages. But the marriage appeal was just too much, and the men quickly distanced themselves from her.
What's wrong with that? That's where you go to find a future marriage partner, right?
Slight marriage talk is fine, but her demands of what her life should be were, like, way too much. She wants to live in a luxury apartment, wants to ride in this luxury car, and wants at least $10,000 a month for an allowance? You talk about your desire to get married like that, it's only natural for men to lose interest. I may have been a little mean in response to that. I had asked her in exchange for fulfilling all those wants, what can you do for your husband? I asked her if she'd be good at being a perfect housewife, but her answer was horrible.
Horrible answer? What could she have possibly said?
She claimed that she didn't want to do such troublesome things, so that it would be good to have 2 children and let the older one do everything. Not surprising that after all that, all the men and women distanced themselves from her. Your daughter, however, didn't notice the change and was curious why everyone was acting differently and claimed that her household was like that.
Oh my, how strange for her to say such things. I don't know what to say. I'm not a mother who forces everything on Angela.
You do, though. By the time she was 12, you forced most of the housework onto her. She used to complain to me a lot when we studied together. She had a part-time job and was in charge of all the housework at home. So if I don't sacrifice my sleep, I won't be able to find time to study.
Well, you see, that's because...
After we get married, I want you guys to see her again. I want her to end her life by sacrificing herself for others. I want her to have fun. So with that in mind, starting today, she'll be cutting off all ties with you guys. Please contact me if you want anything you would like to talk to her about.
Help me, sis. Mom keeps saying all these weird things. She said that I have to send her $10,000 a month. You can do that, right? You graduated from college and got into a good company, so you can afford it since you managed to buy a high-brand bag. Sure, I work at a better company than you do, but I still get paid a minimum amount as well. Sending Mom money when I already have to pay my rent and other bills will barely leave me with anything left. Oh, really? A high school graduate like you wouldn't understand. Just because I graduated college doesn't mean I get paid super well. You say that, but you do have a tendency to show off not only your designer bags, but earrings and other expensive items as well. I sacrificed my groceries to buy those. I would just go to speed dating events and have the men buy dinner, and I would just spend the money I would use to buy food for those brand items. That is a bit of an extreme way to go about things, Katie. But these days, for some reason, all the men I eat with keep leaving. Even when I ask for a present, they won't buy any at all, so I can't send money to Mom. Help us out, sis. I don't need to do anything. I'm married now, and I've already decided not to go back home. You're married already? You're in charge of taking care of Mom now. She was cold to me, but in return she was very kind to you, so think of it as a way to repay her kindness and support her. What? I can't do that. Please, sis, don't leave me. Katie kept ignoring her mother's demand to send money, and her mother, who had reached her limit of her patience, rushed into her workplace, yelling about how she raised her and yet she can't even take care of her mother. She eventually got dragged away by security. However, Katie couldn't handle the embarrassment she faced at her workplace, so she resigned. She eventually moved back in with Mom and tried to sell off her brand items. However, it was discovered that they were all counterfeits. I heard that the two of them were so shocked to hear that they wouldn't be given any money for those items that they passed out on the spot.